So we now link up with our Kaduna Network Center for the continuation of the conversation on the African Military Games with the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa. Thank you for joining us.
Good to be here.
The African Military Games is coming after like a long time of non-activity. We want you to tell us if the game so far has achieved the objectives for which it was created.
Very much. It's a great opportunity to be here once again. The last event, the first event occurred 22 years ago, so it's really a very long time. And for all seeing how it has been carried out, it's a pride to all of us as members of the armed forces, as Nigerians, as Africans. Bringing Africa together, especially the African militaries, after 22 years, I think is a great achievement. And it's something that we want to encourage other countries to continue. I'm sure they will name the next country that is going to host, and I'm sure probably the next 2 years we should have another such wonderful event.
I'm sure it's been an amazing experience for the athletes that came from the various African countries. We want you to tell us how this camaraderie can be sustained, especially on the aspect of regional security.
Important. This is an opportunity for us to get to know each other more. Because the nature of our work is the same everywhere. And the challenges we're facing in Nigeria is not only peculiar to Nigeria. It's something that is common to all African countries and other countries of the world. So coming together and having to compete with each other brings that unity. It gives us better understanding of each other. They have a better understanding of Nigeria. You know, before now, I'm sure we're aware that the media outside gives a very bad impression about Nigeria, that you come to Nigeria, there's so much crime and criminality, so many bad, but people have come themselves over this time since it started. They have seen a different Nigeria, that it is not true. Most of the information are fake news, just to bring us down. But we remain very committed, very strong. And they've understood that Nigeria is peaceful, Nigeria is strong, Nigeria is committed, and Nigeria is united. And Africa needs to continue to remain united. That's the only way we can confront the challenges we're facing.
All right, we would want to hear from you. How will the African Military Games help Nigeria in fighting terrorism that we find in some parts of the country?
At least it shows that Nigeria is peaceful, that we're able to hold this, having all the our brothers and sisters from fellow African countries. Again, for our troops out there in the field, I'm sure they hear the news. They are told that Nigeria is doing well. Their contingents are performing remarkably very well. We've won about 114 gold medals. I think we have the highest number of medals combined. It shows that when we prepare well, we execute well, we will get results. And for them out there in the field, is a call to them to continue to work very hard, to continue to go after the bad guys until we neutralize all of them, so that we can have peace as it used to be in Nigeria. So I think it's very encouraging for all of them to see that we're succeeding and that the game was well organized. That is one basic aspect. It shows our organizational abilities, that despite the challenges of funding and the shortness of time, we're able to rise up to the occasion to achieve this. And we didn't do that alone. We had the Sport Commission with us. We had those that have contributed. The FCT minister was really behind us and gave us a boost. So many state governors contributed, banks, and so many organizations, individuals, friends of the military have contributed immensely to the success of this competition.
What other aspects of cooperation are you looking at as the Chief of Defense Staff, looking at the success that we had from the African Military Games?
We have to continue to cooperate because, like I said, the enemy we're dealing with does not respect boundaries. So there's no boundaries. And so that's why it is important that we must continue to leverage. And, you know, the person you know is the person that you actually enjoy working with. So now we have people from Mali, from Burkina Faso, we have from Libya and all other African countries. People thought they were not going to be here, but it shows that sports transcends all these challenges. And together, when we continue to work together, we have a better understanding, and it builds that unity and camaraderie, which helps us during battle.
The games are coming to an end by the weekend, November 30. So what's next for the Nigerian military?
Continue, well, these games are part of the non-kinetic efforts we're doing, and from our observation, in order to bring peace, we need the kinetic and the non-kinetic moving out. So the non-kinetic is ongoing out there in the jungles, in the bushes, in the forests, while we're also holding up the kinetic, the non-kinetic one, bringing everybody together, uniting Nigeria. We know that sports is one aspect that unites Nigeria and Nigerians, and this, we hope, will continue to booster that. For our own troops, for our own athletes, those that have done well, we will continue to harness them. We have a plan to also do specialist recruitment for those ones that do not have opportunities to present their talents. Nigeria is a talented country, so the armed forces will be there for them, and we want to get more laurels for Nigeria, and we believe that with the armed forces, we can present more athletes to Nigeria.